Good afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. It's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and I am here with another Sunday night Hangout stream. I can't believe it's already Sunday night, but alas, here we are. And I've been busy today. I actually am really dumb because I moved so many statues around today, and I ended up basically having them exactly where they were before. But I should have filmed it because I think it would have been interesting to kind of, document kind of the thinkings of a madman or the thinkings of a fellow collector in terms of how we move stuff and how we have to take stuff apart. I should have documented it, but whatever. I just did it. And so it is what it is. I'm sure I will film something for you guys at a later date. But anyway, welcome to the show. Happy Sunday. Like I said, this is your show. This is where we talk about collecting and collectibles and whatever else you want to talk about. But anyway, I hope you all had a great weekend. I spent last night with my family in Manhattan, Kansas. Also went to one of the world's smallest Comic-Cons. That video is actually up for members right now. And so that was funny. And then last night we went to Manhattan, Kansas, and went to the K-State game. So that was a lot of fun. Man, bad weekend for Kansas sports. KU lost. Kansas State lost. My son's team lost. And the Chiefs lost. It was brutal weekend. But anyway, let me know how you guys are doing out there. And let's talk. We got Jargon 2 in the house. Collecting time, chatter. Let's go. Absolutely. Oh, and I did want to, let me see. I don't think I have this up and uploaded. Let me see if I can find it real quick for you guys. Because I do want to show you this. Tomorrow, boom. Let me get rid of this comment here. So anyway, tomorrow, triple live unboxing. We're going to have the Riddler, myself, Billy, and Dan. We're all getting ours tomorrow. And so please join us tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hopefully everybody's arrives. And we're going to all unbox this. It probably won't take a long time because it's not a very complex statue, but it is our very first ever Riddler. And I'm really excited that we're going to be adding this to the cave. So definitely please check us out on Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, can't wait for that. Okay. So anyway, back to business. Let's see what we got comment-wise. Let's see. Devastator Omega, evening all. Hello to you. Thank you for being here. We got Theodore S. in the house, Brotherhood member, BSC. Happy Monday from across the pond. I, too, have spent the weekend moving into a new space. Well, that's fantastic. It's a lot of work moving these heavy painted rocks, and so congratulations. It's Riddler's 77th anniversary. That's awesome. And I mean, what a fitting time to add finally the Riddler to this collection, and also Dan's collection, and of course Billy's as well. So I'm really excited. The Batman Big Time Collector. So what did you think of the I have no idea to say that. Fide Rafa? I have no idea who that is. 1/3 scale statue from Prime 1 since it went up late Friday for release. I'm not sure which one that is. Is that one of those female statues, I think? I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure which one that is. But anyway, let me know. Ken says, cool. I like it. Hey, what time are you guys doing to do your unboxing? 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. How long do you feel the statue unboxing will go? I am doing a weekly figure unboxing after 2 weeks off. I would assume it's going to be probably around an hour, maybe a little bit less, 45 minutes. It's not going to take very long. Of course, we might do a little bit of chatting with the community, as we always like to do. And so, it's a pretty simple statue. It's like a base, and you put the figure in the base, and you put the tie on it, and you put the gloves on it. I think that's about it. Maybe the portrait. So anyway, it's not going to take too long, but it'll still be a lot of fun to hang out tomorrow night. Kenneth in the house. Hi to everyone. Thanks for being here, Kenneth. And hello to all today. And I do want to say hello, everyone, and thank you for watching the LBS videos over the last couple of days. Not only the live unboxing, but also the review. And then I also offered some thoughts and opinions on how they scale in today's video. So thank you, everybody that watched that and commented. I really appreciate that very much. And just thank you guys for continuing to be here and show up and support the channel and support the community. You guys are all amazing. So thank you. Wildstar 71 says, Chris was wondering your LBS Batman statue, his left leg at the knee looks to be as if double jointed or bent a bit backwards. Is that the case, or was it the angle the image was taken from? I mean, he's kind of like leaning, kind of like standing, but leaning a little bit forward, I guess you could say. So I wouldn't say that he's like double jointed, but I don't know, he's like firmly planted and his knees are kind of locked. So I don't know if that's maybe what you're seeing, but I don't really notice anything odd about the statue. I really love it. It has quickly become one of my favorites in the collection. It's actually right over here off screen. Jimmy G in the house, Godlike Statues. How are you doing, Jimmy? Hope everybody's doing great this evening over at Godlike. We got Fatal in the house. Hello, Fatal. We got Tiago from Brazil. Hello, Brazil. That's where my Chiefs were down there the other night, losing. No, that is Fade from Dune 2. Oh, yeah. I do know which that one is. He is not a pretty lady statue like that Alan Kiefer would like for his collection. No, I definitely know which one you're talking about now. It's that half scale, right? I think half scale or third scale. I can't remember. But it's a great looking statue. It looks just like him. Also, do you think in the next couple of weeks we might see a Showcase 3? Will probably be upcoming. Are you talking about the next level showcase? I have heard October. So I don't think the next couple of weeks, but definitely the next month or so, we should be able to do that. Peacemaker Season 2 is awesome and funny. I'm actually going to watch that after this stream. I'm going to watch the first episode. Haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I've heard it's definitely not family friendly, the first episode. So we'll see how that goes. Eric in the house. Hey, Chris, I was thinking of removing my home office workspace from my collections area. Having a work environment takes away from the sanctuary that I feel it should be. Ever feel that way? So yes and no. I mean, this is like, for me, I have my own workspace because I have, my own job at school. And so I've got my own office. But at the same time, with this particular room, this is my haven, my escape from reality, thanks to Queen. But it is at the same time, it is kind of my work environment too, because I do, work on this channel. And so it is, I can definitely see, but at the same time, it's, you want to be surrounded by the cool stuff you got, you know what I mean? But if it's distracting work, then I can understand where you maybe want to move spaces. I can understand that. People saying hi to Jimmy. We got John from the Windy City of Chicago. Had a great SmackDown there the other night. If you're a wrestling fan at all, that was really great. Got to see AJ Lee come back. Had a chance to meet her in 2014. I got to meet her. Carl says, evening. It's great to have you here, Carl. Hope you're doing great, my friend. We got Nate Nance in the house. Hey, Chris. Thank you for being here, Nate. Ronaldo says, hey, Chris, I will be getting in this week the Riddler and Batgirl on top of Clayface. That's awesome. Really great that you're going to be getting both of those pieces. And again, if you're just joining me tonight, we are going to be doing this tomorrow night, triple live unboxing with Dan and Billy and myself as we unbox the Riddler, and we're all super pumped and excited, and hopefully they all arrive on time. We are very much hoping that that's the case, but we'll see if it goes. We'll see if they all arrive. You just never know with the mail system and UPS and all that good stuff. So anyway, we're really excited about that. So we shall see. Let me see. What cons are you going to next? So I went to one this weekend here in my hometown. Again, we call it the world's smallest convention, which is really funny. And they had two celebrities. They had the Honky Tonk Man and the girl that played Pippi Longstocking. So it was cool to see them. And then the next con that I'm going to should be Baltimore with Billy and Eric. Order Legendary Batman yesterday after watching your video. That's awesome, Wayne. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say that they ordered it because of the video. And I just, I love it. I can't recommend it enough. It might not be everybody's cup of tea with the texturing and different things. Like there's different people that have certain nitpicks about that piece, but I really love it. I just think it has such presence in the collection. I love the base. I love the storytelling elements to it. The bats are great. So I love it. Let's give Jimmy some props to Jimmy 2 weeks into diet. Let's give positive vibes we all probably could use. What diet are you doing, Jimmy? I don't know about Jimmy's diet, but let me know what you're doing. Ordered Legendary Batman. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really glad to hear that, Wayne. And which one did you get? The black and gray or the blue and gray? Frank, hello from New York. Man, I wish I was heading that way this year. New York is still a possibility for New York Comic Con, but most likely we'll maybe just stick with Baltimore, but we'll see. But love New York. Any updates from ... Theodore? This week I did a first for myself. Went shopping at Bloomingdale's while on vacation with family. Went big time for a purchase. Bought a $60 pair of new shorts. I know I broke the bank. Well, I was going to say, I know you messaged me earlier about that, so thank you very much. Frank says AJ. Yeah, I was going to say it was really great to see AJ Lee, and it was really cool to, it was really cool to meet her back in the day. She's a great personality, great wrestler. Any updates from J&D regarding breakages on Catwoman? So I did get a message back, and they confirmed my mailing address, and so I haven't got a shipping notification yet, but they're going to send me an extra hand with the claw and I think a flat shipper box. I think we'll see. I asked them if they could do it, and customer service said they think that they could, so we'll see. I'm hoping I don't get hit with like a tariff fee coming into the United States, but we'll see. But at least I'll have a claw that's hopefully not broken. AJ and CM Punk live a couple miles away from myself. That's awesome, John. I think they're awesome. I've never met CM Punk. I've met so many other people over the years, hundreds of wrestlers as a big wrestling fan, but I've never met CM Punk. Excuse me, guys. JWR in the house. Congratulations on his Riddler. That's awesome. What do you think, JWR? Do you love it? It looks great in your collection. And so I'm really excited for you and everybody else that's finally getting a Riddler. I just think that's awesome. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's finally here. It's awesome. Always a good thing, right? FBJ in the house. Hello to everyone. Nice to see you. Oh, I'm very jealous. I really want to read Batman #1. I don't have a comic book shop near me, so I would love to be able to do that. Carl says, oh, you'll be at Baltimore Comic Con. I'll see if I can drop by since I'm in for the area. Yeah, we are going to be there. Me, Billy, and Eric, for sure. We're going to be in Baltimore. We're going to head up there to hang out with Jason at Central Sequential. And, of course, David Finch is going to be there. And so we're excited just to hang out with them for just a little while. So looking forward, and we're going to be doing some sightseeing as well. Yeah, again, congrats on Riddler. That's so awesome. I'm so glad he got that one. On your unboxing, I was really impressed how easily you lifted up that big box, flexing your muscles only to then find out you had already emptied out the box and it was empty. Yes. So, my wife and I, we moved the box down here. I was able to move it into the cave and unpack it. But yeah, it was empty. That box is incredibly heavy. I probably could lift it. I'd probably throw my back out, which is, not going to be too surprising to anyone. But yeah. Yeah, come on. I'm super strong, right, Ken? Black and gray is my kind of Batman, and the one I purchased, however, blue looks really good. And that's the thing is, like, they both look really great. I'm just more of a dark black and gray Batman guy. Like, that's just the kind of Batman I prefer. To me, that always has made more sense. For him fighting crime at night, the blue doesn't make much sense. Looks great on a color page, though. From scanning all of our groups, the big topics right now are Tweeterhead, LBS Batman, and your new art piece. Well, I guess I'm trying to stay timely here on the channel, I guess. But yeah, I did reveal. I was actually going to wait till tomorrow to reveal the Lee Bermejo piece. But actually, Lee Bermejo shared it on his social media today. And so I went ahead and shared it. It is, to me, one of the best pieces that I've ever seen in terms of Joker from him. He even commented that it's one of his favorite Jokers of all time, and he doesn't say that lightly. So that was really special that he said that. And again, just the fact that he did such an amazing piece for me, and I can't believe that I get to be the one lucky enough to have it in the cave. It's going to go right over here with my other. I've got 5 pieces right now from him, and this will be my 6th and probably final one. There's still room for a couple more if I ever, get lucky enough to get a couple of the smaller ones. I'd be maybe interested in a couple more of the smaller head portraits that he does. But I just think that that's just a dream come true to be able to add those. And but anyway, yeah, LBS Tweeterhead obviously is a big topic right now, and I can't wait to show you. My Bermejo arrives tomorrow, and I will be, of course, doing a video on that. And then, of course, again, we've got the Riddler tomorrow night. Again, if you're just joining, Riddler tomorrow night with Dan and Billy. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun, and so please join us if you're available. If not, you can catch the replay, but 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube here. So looking forward to that. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off? Thanks, FBJ. It's awesome. Love seeing in the chat. Love seeing you in the chat during the live unboxing. And definitely go check out JWR's unboxing if you haven't seen it. I have the half-scale Prime 1 Keaton Batman. Already have 1/3 set, and I still want it. But do you think that will be held up due to Blitzway Prime 1 concerns? I don't know. I still think that there are some concerns there with the Blitzway Prime 1 stuff. I don't know if they have separated. I don't know if they've worked things out. I just don't know where that's at. Prime 1's usually pretty private about all that stuff. But hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be able to get it no problem. Thank you very much. Enjoy yours as well. Can't believe it's almost over. Back to work. Between LBS Batman and Detective Comics 1000, which one do you like more? I mean, for me, it's one of those things where I think Tech 1000 still wins out for me. I love Fabok, and I love that it's based off of his cover. I feel like the LBS piece is a close second or third in terms of Batmans in my collection. I really love it, and I just think they did a phenomenal job, and I'm so glad that I own it. I'm so glad that it's here. It just has such a great presence. I love the cape flow to it. But it's just going to be apples to oranges in terms of which one somebody likes more. But I think for me, Detective Comics 1000 edges it out slightly. I own a comic book shop. I can see if I have any extra copies and send you one. Oh, that'd be fantastic. My address is down below if you're interested. But man, that would be so awesome because I love comics, and I always hate that I have to wait till I travel. I mean, the closest good one for me is 3 hours from here. And so in Kansas City. And so it's hard, I usually wait till things are already out in soft cover or hard cover is usually when I wait to buy stuff. But I love just to read stuff, but I hate having to wait so long. I did just finally get a chance to read the Absolute hardcover that came out. I love the Absolute line so far. I love it. And so that'd be really big D. That'd be awesome if you'd be willing to do that. That would be so great. No, that's so kind. If you're able to. Do you do sightseeing in Washington, D.C.? That is the plan. I've never been to D.C., and so it's always been a bucket list item for me. My wife does not want to go to D.C., so I'm looking forward to being able to finally go and see some of those places. I really want to at least see the Lincoln Memorial. That'd be something really cool. So, yeah, we're going to do a little sightseeing in the area that weekend. So looking forward to that and looking forward to the con. And looking forward to hanging out with Billy and Eric. It's going to be awesome. Looks awesome in the collection, but the hidden details are what make it a killer. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. JWR, again, I can't wait to see it in person. What do you think of the colors? Is it that muted thing that Sideshow does, or do you feel like the colors are pretty nice and vibrant? Coming closer to the commission artist for custom 3D printed statues era, like the Finch art, would you? Would I do custom 3D printed statues? Like if it was like a Finch art piece, that'd be pretty neat. I wouldn't say no. Batman's 86th anniversary. That's awesome. What's up, Chris? Do you think the Tweeterhead bust line will still happen? I have Mr. Freeze paid off, and Clayface and Riddler look so good. I'm so worried with the tariff thing, though they'll can the line. I have no reason to think that they will not do those pieces. I just don't know when they will do those pieces. They are done. They're ready to go. And so I think it's just going to be a timing issue. Again, I don't have any inside information about it. I just have a gut feeling with Chad, and whether there is more than the tariff situation going on, I do not know. I know that he has expressed to me personally that the tariff stuff has really put a dent into everything, into all of his plans, as it has a lot of other businesses. We are now starting to see a lot of those prices and things being pushed off into the consumer, which is what he really wanted to avoid. I just don't know if he can avoid it for much longer. A lot of people have said that they're willing to pay more to get stuff. So I just don't know. I'm really still hoping that Chad will come on and talk a little bit about this at some point to maybe alleviate a little bit of fears. But if anything, I'm really hoping that if things aren't going well, that maybe Sideshow would be able to take over and get those things out, because there is no doubt that those pieces are incredible. I've had the prototype, Batman here. I've had the Mr. Freeze here, the Doomsday here. They all are just amazing. They're massive. Superman looks phenomenal. I'm just really excited about the bust line, and I still hope that they still happen. My fingers are crossed. More J&D Studios unboxing videos. I would love to do more. If you want to buy them for me and send them this way, that's the problem. I've been spending so much money on art. That's the problem. Wildstar, at your most recent Coffee Up morning show, there was a fellow collector that she bought 3 statues at the Big Bad Toy Store mega sale. I took a peek at Big Bad Toy Store and bought 2 Dragon Ball Z statues. Talk about enabled. Hey, that's what we do here, right? I mean, that's what we do here on the channel. If we can't do the enabling, what are we doing? Hashtag enabled right there. That's what we do. And sorry, not sorry. So I hope you had some good statues there, and I hope you, I hope they're awesome. I hope you got a great deal on them. That reminds me, I'm still waiting to find out the rest of the Justice, Wonder Woman, and Batman fate will be, or will even Superman be canceled. Are you talking about the Blitzway pieces? I mean, that's the thing, is Batman and Wonder Woman hasn't gone up for pre-order. They are Blitzway pieces. And again, like I've just heard, little rumblings about some issues with Blitzway. At least the relationship with Blitzway and Prime 1. Again, I don't know what's going on there, but fingers crossed again. That's just another thing that you hear XM, you hear Tweeterhead, you hear Blitzway, you hear issues, little rumblings. And I hate it. I hate that we're going through this, but I think it's just the sign of the times, unfortunately. Chris, enjoy your new statue. Best to you always. Thank you very much, my friend. Two statues and a commission all arriving in one weekend. That's pretty exciting. That's pretty awesome. Absolutely. We miss him. Favorite non-Batman Christopher Nolan movie. I really liked Inception. I thought that was a really great movie. I really enjoyed that one. What's the one? What's the one with the magic movie? I can't think of it. I really liked that one a lot. I thought that one was really good. I can't think of the name of it at the time. The purple really pops. It's a great shade of green, but the chain is a pain in the butt. Okay, that's good to know. I got to watch that unboxing video before tomorrow. I got a late night at work tomorrow, and then I got to go across town, get the box, and then hopefully have it ready. I might even have to go to potentially part of my son's football game. So it's going to be a lot of back and forth for me tomorrow, but hopefully I'll make it in time to do the unboxing with everybody. Yeah, I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. That's awesome, Frederick. Vincent's Batman. I like it. Any updates on the Absolute Batman statue? Maybe they were going to rework the base. I've seen some new renders this week from Jay, and so I think that that's still a go. But I don't really know where they're at with the base or anything like that. It's still kind of render stages. I haven't seen a printout of it or anything like that. So I think it's still very much in next up, I guess you could say. Have you seen any pictures of posting of collectors getting in the Flashpoint Batman 1/4 scale from Prime 1? I have. There's a collector that always gets stuff in early overseas in Asia somewhere and looks fantastic. It's definitely one I would consider. Low on my priority list. I would rather get like City of Bane Batman or the Batman versus Batman Who Laughs, but it's a great piece. Thank you, Frank. The Prestige. Yeah, I really that might be one of my favorites. I think that might be probably my other favorite Nolan movie outside of Batman. Thank you very much. I would not have remembered the name. Hi, not to be a solemn subject, but after my sister's passing, sold 90% of my collection. If we pass away, what would your family do with your collection? Or are we leaving a burden? I actually did a video on that not too long ago where I actually kind of bombarded my family and asked them. So if you want to watch that video, it's in one of our statue chat videos. And, we talk about that. We talk about, is it a burden? What would the collectors know what to do? Like, would they know how much value there is there? All of that's really important to know, because none of us could take it with us, and none of us live forever. Mr. Rogue's favorite character is Two-Face. That's awesome. Two-Face has always been one of my all-time favorite characters. I would love to see Sideshow do their take on Two-Face. I really like my Tweeterhead one. It's a little bit underscaled compared to some of the other premium formats, which, to be honest, drives me a little crazy because I wish that it scaled perfectly. But still, he's still back there. He's back there, right there, and I still love him. But I would love to see Sideshow do something with him too. You're thinking of the Prestige. Yeah. Again, thanks, Gary. I love that movie. I just think it's super well done. Great cast. Have you seen Iron Studios 1/10 Nightwing? I have. Maybe so pumped seeing that, immediately pre-ordered as a huge Grayson fan. Yeah, I thought that was really well done. I would love for them to do that in quarter scale. They do sometimes scale up and sometimes they scale down. And so I would absolutely love to see them do a quarter scale version of that. I think it'd be very popular because Nightwing's not really been done other than, a third scale Hush. The XM did the Samurai Nightwing, but come on, comic book Nightwing, he's very popular. So I don't know why he's never really been done quarter scale. Tweeterhead Two-Face is one of my favorite statues that I own. That's awesome to hear. Again, it's just a phenomenal, fun statue. I know Chad had a lot more plans for it, but he couldn't do it because of DC. DC has since, they've kind of lightened the reins a little bit. They're allowing guns again, which is incredibly smart since it's adults buying this stuff. You're not having kids buy a $3,000 statue. So DC finally got their head out of their butt and, is allowing the companies to actually do some things. And so I wish that Chad had a chance to remake it now, because I think he would have done a lot of things differently. Fatal says, Chris, these boxes are getting out of hand. We've all talked about storage, and the prices for facilities is getting out of control. Definitely thinking of tossing some. Fatal, don't. I'm looking you right in the eyes. Do not throw away your boxes. I know we have all been tempted, but nothing is forever. And collectors, unless you live somewhere there's a ton of people buying from you locally, people want the boxes. They want the styrofoam at the very least. So if you're going to keep the styrofoam, you might as well keep the boxes. But people want the protection of the statues. Now, if you get rid of the art box and the brown shipper and you keep the styrofoam, but again, that takes up space. I would never try to ship anything without that stuff. And I don't think I would ever buy something without it. I think I did once when very early on in my collecting journey, I bought an Iron Man from a guy in the UK, and he sent it to me, and it broke, and I lost all my money on it. And it was an awful experience, and I'll never do it again. So I would never buy from someone without the box. So I know it's out of hand. Maybe it's one of those things where I look at it like, if I was in that situation where I didn't have the storage and I didn't want to pay for it, but I had some room, I would maybe look at pieces and maybe pare my collection down a little bit, which is never fun. But at the same time, something's got to give. But I just don't throw away your boxes. It's not a good idea. Hashtag justice for Nightwing. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I just can't believe it hasn't been done. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight video game coming out in 2026. I saw the trailer, and I think it looks fantastic. I would definitely be interested in playing that one. Is the Trinity collaboration between Tweeterhead and LBS still happening? And if so, what's your guesstimate of the price? As far as I know, I've not been told any differently. That was something that sorry, my allergies are kicking my entire family's butt today. Actually, it's been all week. My son Locke's been sick all week. So I've known about this partnership since last September, almost a year ago. I knew about this. And, things were still being put in the works and things were still being ironed out and things like that. And so, obviously the announcement came much, much later. And Sideshow was the one to reveal that to everyone. And that's what our big surprise was going to be last Thanksgiving. But it's one of those things where, I'm very hopeful. I'm very optimistic that all of that stuff will work out. Again, Tweeterhead's going through their own issues right now. But obviously LBS is using Tweeterhead's license. And so if everything's good with Tweeterhead, it should still be happening. And I think it's really smart because they're able to bring the great sculpts of LBS to the United States in terms of 6 scale. And I think that's really cool. And I think that they'll be very popular. And they're big statues. So I think they're going to be really big 6 scales, which I think is awesome. Guesstimate of the prices, though, I have no idea. I don't even want to speculate yet. I haven't bought 6 scale for so long. I don't even know what the prices really are right now. Chris, if you didn't have the storage you have, would you feel differently about boxes and cost and space? No. This room used to be my storage. And so we had to figure out something else. Now I'm lucky enough to have a storage place where I do not have to pay for my storage. It's a family storage. So if that was different, though, I would try to find some spaces in my house, but at the same time, like, these boxes are massive. So in my particular case, I would have to go and buy a storage unit. I would have to go rent a storage unit. It would have to be a priority because, again, I buy statues. Most of them stick around for a while, but I've always treated my collection like a museum. And so things come and go. I am going to, I think I've made the decision today. If anybody's watching and is interested, I think I'm going to sell Batman Triumphant. And so I would never even dare think about selling that without the box. And I would not want somebody to buy it from me without the box unless they were, across town. But nobody in my town's buying statues. At least not that I know of. But I think you have to keep the boxes. It's annoying. I would probably try to put boxes up like in my attic space. I would try to find some creative ways to do the boxes, but you have to pay it. You have to pay it unless you, again, like some of you are like, well, I never sell, but life happens, sometimes you might need to sell. And if you're in that big of, a hurry and a need to sell, you're going to need to make sure you have the boxes. Well, there you go, Rick. I mean, that's the alternative. If you know that you're not going to make the money off of them, you're going to give them as gifts, then that's a whole nother thing. But if you think, okay, I'm tired of this Harley and there's a brand new shiny new Harley, I want to sell this, and I know there's somebody that wants to buy it from me. But if you know for a fact that you're going to give them to somebody and gift them, then I think that's awesome. I think that's okay to give away the boxes. But then it's their problem. It's like, well, I'm sorry. It's like, great, uncle. I wish you would have given me the box to it, because maybe they'll want to sell it someday. Most anticipated upcoming statue. I'm really excited about the custom Harley that I'm getting. And that should be shipping any day now. I'm really excited about the Riddler tomorrow. Again, I'm just going to keep promoting the hell out of this. But yeah, tomorrow, 3 of us triple live unboxing. Definitely check it out Monday night on the show tomorrow night. But anyway, I'm really excited about the Riddler. I don't have a ton of other statues that are on the list that are coming. I'm trying to think. Let me go into my Google Drive here. I've been in the Google Drive quite a bit. I've been working on getting the Batsies ready for this year. The Bane Dark Knight, I'm looking forward to that. Man Bat. I don't have a lot on pre-order. That's the problem. I don't have a lot on pre-order right now. I'm excited to order, the LBS Clayface, Ra's al Ghul, when those go up for sale. I'm still debating about the Joker. I haven't decided about the LBS Joker. We'll see. Saying the change of the seasons kills me every year. I don't know if I missed something there, Frank. Absolute Spider-Man comics are amazing. Are you going to get the Dark Side Catwoman bust? No. Alex, I'm not going to be getting any busts anytime soon other than the Tweeterhead bust. I've pretty much gone away from the life size. I'm even contemplating there's a viewer that really would like to buy my Joker and Batman life size busts that I've had in the cave for a really long time. I'm considering selling those. Again, considering selling actually I've decided I'm going to sell the Batman Triumphant if anybody's looking. Absolute Superman has been really good. I'm glad to hear that. Haven't read The Flash. I only read Batman. The box is part of the statue in my eyes. Again, it's protection. The whole point of the box is to protect the statue in transit. And again, I would not buy a statue without the box. Hashtag Bree Free. I like that. Kaylee and I are moving into a house at the end of the year, and it has an attic for statue boxes. So happy about that. I mean, again, it's just a must. And it's funny because us statue collectors, when we go look for houses, I mean, the last time before we moved into this house, when we were looking for Batcave 2.0, every house we went to, we're like, okay, where could the Batcave go? Where would the boxes go? And so this room, this was a storage room. A workshop room. And so we're like, oh, this is great. Chris can just put all his boxes right in here. And, but I kind of screwed myself whenever I made this into the gallery. Right. But again, luckily we have a place, to put the boxes. So, but again, if I didn't have it, I would pay for the storage. I'm still running out of space for boxes. I may need to rent some space for it. And again, I think that every collector at some point, they get to that point. Even if you have a really small room, you're still going to have boxes you need to deal with. I had to ship a 1/3 Predator from Ohio to Cali and had to make my own box because I threw away the original away. Never made that mistake again. And again, this is a great prime example. Again, I would never want to receive a box like that. I would not want to have somebody do that. Now, a lot of like the prototypes and stuff I get, like they're wrapped in like newspaper and stuff like that, and stuff breaks all the time. And so I can't reiterate again enough. Keep the damn boxes. How do you feel about a company not returning your deposit after constant delays over a year with no date? So I think they have the absolute right to keep your deposit. It is a non-refundable deposit. And if it says non-refundable, then you shouldn't get it back. If it is a non-refundable deposit, and you ask if you can get it back, I don't think there's any harm in asking. I have seen some situations where companies have said, you know what, it's our bad. We're going to go ahead and refund you the deposit. But I think you have to go in. If you agree to pay a non-refundable deposit, in my opinion, that's just money you have to accept you're going to lose. Now, should you get the rest of your money back? Yes. But I don't think that the company should return your deposit for any reason, unless they never produce the statue, obviously. I mean, if they never produce the statue, but the constant delays, Eric, is part of the deal. We are statue collectors. There is no other hobby like this one. Whether it's toys, Funkos, anything else, statue collecting is just a different animal. And whenever I've had to wait 3 years, I mean, I had to wait 3 years for that Harley. And it's just, it finally came out. And yay, hooray. But it was a pain in the ass to wait that long. And you start worrying about it. Like, what's going on with it? Is there factory issues? Is it ever going to come out? But as a statue collector, you have to be patient. At least this is, again, just my opinion on the matter. You have to be patient. And companies, there's going to be delays. But again, if they never produce the statue, yes, you should get your deposit back. But if they eventually send it to you, I think that's just money you're going to have to accept that you might lose, because it's called a non-refundable deposit for a reason. Yeah, I understand it being on lower need for 1/4 FP Batman. Well, if you decide to pass on it, I will be glad to do a review on it like Hellbat whenever I get on it. Are you talking about the Flashpoint? Yeah. Sorry, I had to think of what FP was. Yeah, Flashpoint. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love that, because I probably won't get it, but I would love for you to do a review if you'd be willing. I really like to feature those pieces that I don't get a chance to review. So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Sorry, my throat's starting to go, guys. I remember when in a box, the goggles for my Catwoman from J&D got broken. It made me sad. I only moved 700 yards from one apartment to another. So box must always be kept. Yeah, again, I just can't agree more. Hey, Chris, how much are you thinking on selling Batman Triumphant for shipped? I was going to ask retail plus shipping. I don't know. I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 boxes. So the shipping might be a little pricey because the base is really heavy. It's that big tower. It is the exclusive with the Batarang. But yeah, I am selling it. If you're interested, Batman Collector Dad, the Batman Statue Collector at gmail.com. I can't remember what retail was. I don't want to let me see. This is the bonus version. So yeah, I would be looking for, yeah, I can't remember, fine, like $1,400-$1,500 somewhere in there plus shipping. So yeah, email me and I'll give you a quote, okay, if you're interested. How would you feel if all companies went under, or if all companies halted for 2 or 3 years? Well, I would hate that they would go under like that. That's like my biggest nightmare, because we're statue collectors, right? I mean, if we can't get our fix, I mean, obviously we would go to something else probably, but it sucks. And we would have to, again, we talk about all the time, and Fatal, we have to appreciate what we've got. We're always looking for that new shiny new thing. But at the same time, we forget to be grateful and really sit back and appreciate what we have. And that's why I'm really glad that you guys encouraged me to get these chairs, because instead of looking at the collection from a screen through a webcam, like I'm doing right now, and seeing a blurry penguin back there, I can actually sit in my chair and just enjoy the collection. And so that's really important to me. And so I would absolutely hate if the companies went under, but I wouldn't mind if they halted either. If there were companies, again, XM or Tweeterhead or somebody that just said, hey guys, we're struggling. We're on the struggle bus. We can't handle these tariffs. We're going to just stop for 2 years, and we'll check in 2 years and see how you guys are. The problem is holding money over that time. And that's where, again, if maybe they said, hey, we're going to pause for 2 years, we're going to give everybody's money back while we get our ducks in a row. Hopefully we'll see you in 2 years. Like, it's just a really tough spot. But yeah, holding people's money for 2 or 3 years without anything coming out, that would be a big problem. I'm a huge Batman fan when I was a kid. I've got a lot of cool Batman toys. I love to hear that. I was the same. I'm right there with you. I disagree. If a statue is more than even 2 years past an estimated production period, you should get your NRD back. I cannot read tonight. Sorry. So again, everybody's going to have a different opinion on this. But again, when you buy something, it doesn't say with your deposit that there's estimated shipping dates. But there's always different reasons why a thing might be delayed. And so as long as they deliver the product, I don't think they should have to give you your deposit back. But again, everybody's going to feel differently about that. If you, I don't know. I struggle with that one because I do feel like, if you read the fine print, you're agreeing to it. And if you hesitate and you don't think that the statue is going to be delivered on time, then maybe don't pre-order it. A lot of people aren't pre-ordering anymore. They're waiting till things are shipped. And maybe that, like Ryan, for you, maybe that might be the better way to go. I still do not hesitate to pre-order. But again, I know if something takes 4 years to get it out, it sucks, but I'm okay with that. What else are you going to do? If you want the product, you got to wait for it sometimes, and that just sucks. But that's just where I'm at. I disagree a little bit on the statue collecting for delays. I feel the hobby should be trying harder and to try to release something within a release. Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing is like the companies, believe me, the companies want to release things on time, because they don't want to piss off their fan base, right? So there's not any company on the planet that goes, man, I hope it is an extra year before we ship it. But there's a lot of delays because of factory issues, because of weather conditions at the factories. We've seen that where like the factory conditions in China are like swampy, and so they can't paint. There's sometimes worker strikes. Sometimes there's all kinds of issues, cargo delays. We've seen like where the shipping ports are backed up for months, and like there's worldwide events, there's war, there's all kinds of stuff that can cause delays. And so again, it's agree to disagree, but it's just that those things happen sometimes, and there's not any company that's trying to make it longer for you. I agree with the concept of an NRD, but at some point the company has to be held up on their end of the bargain. Again, as long as they deliver the product, that's all that matters, right? Now, if they don't, I mean, if it's 10 years and you haven't got your product, I feel you. But, I mean, statue collecting, we just have to wait sometimes. And again, that's just the way it's always been. A year, 2 years, 3 years, sometimes it sucks, but that's just the way it's always been. I say this too as a statue collector who on and off has gotten comic statues since 1997. Hey, I got that LBS Batman blue pre-ordered. I'm so excited. Congratulations. I think that's awesome. Hey, Chris, deposit is trust. Careful where you put your NRD. Exactly. I collect both statues in 1/6 scale. Hot Toys made us wait 3 years for Justice League, Cavill, Superman. Nobody worried. That's the thing is like, you can either pay it or not. You can either pre-order or not. And again, if a company gives you a year time frame and it takes them 2, at least you got your product, right? And it says in the fine print, a non-refundable deposit. As long as you get your product, you don't get your money back. But again, we can argue about this all night, but it's just whatever you want to, whatever you're willing to tolerate. If you don't like the idea of even having that as a chance that could happen, then don't pre-order. Wait till you get stuff in stock. Hey there, Chris. Indra here. Talking about companies not giving money back. They should. Not even been made, or even more annoying, was told to make a report, but it's just a hassle. If the statue's never made, you should get your money back. There's a website that I use that has an NRD statement that has no NRD statement anywhere on the site, just says deposit. Recently found out they treat them as non-refundable after asking for a refund. Make sure you find out. Yeah, I mean, you got to do your due diligence, guys. You got to like read the fine print. If you're going to buy something that's $2,000, you better know what you're buying, right? You got to know what the policies are. And I would recommend that for any purchase you do, whether it's buying a car or home, or you read the fine print. Regarding NRDs, part of the decision to order is the time in which it will be delivered. Not delivering on time can be breach of contract or false advertising. They always give approximate dates. I mean, that's the thing. They never say it's going to ship fall of 2025 anymore. Well, sometimes I guess they do. Sideshow, I guess, does that a little bit. They give it like a 6-month window sometimes. But, there's times where they will, I think does Sideshow do that? I think they might. I don't know if they used to. I haven't had a big delay on mine for a long time, but if there was like a delay, sometimes they would give you the deposit back. So again, it never hurts to ask, right? It never hurts to ask Prime One or Sideshow or anybody else. It's like, hey, this is a year overdue. Can I get my deposit back? Afternoon, BSC Chris and all. Thanks for being here, Frederick. Hope you're doing great. Like Frederick says, delays happen. They really do. And if you're not patient in this hobby, you're in the wrong hobby. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If you're not patient in this hobby, you are in the wrong hobby, because this happens. I mean, I've been in this game on YouTube at least 9 years, 10 years. It's been like this the whole time. It's always been like this. Sometimes even longer. It's brutal. But it's the only hobby like it. I'd rather pre-order and wait a bit than miss out on a piece than have to buy at a massive markup on the aftermarket. Again, I think Bullseye is right there with me. I'd rather pre-order and wait a bit than miss out on a piece and have to buy at massive markup. I agree with that. Pre-orders are risky nowadays. Never know exactly the wait times anymore. It could be 3+ years on stuff. And again, that's the thing is, like, there was a time where everybody would pre-order, and that was the thing. Everybody pre-ordered. And then it got to a point where nobody was pre-ordering because the companies were incentivizing getting stuff in stock. And then even once it was in stock, you waited 6 more months and it would be half off. So what's the incentive of pre-ordering? Well, now edition sizes are smaller, which, is a good thing for the collector, bad thing for the companies in a lot of cases. But bad for the factories. But if an edition size is 50, well, you better freaking pre-order, right? And then you better understand that you're going to pay your deposit and you're going to wait 2 or 3 years. And maybe, just maybe, you're going to get lucky. My Joker and Punchline, that one came out way earlier than they said it was going to. But again, this hardly took 3 years. 3 years from the time it was supposed to come out. But I got my statue. Who will win in a fight, Iron Man or Lobo? Got to go Iron Man. I think you just need to keep in mind the manufacturer of the statue you might be picking up. NRD is always a gamble for whatever you put in it for. You just have to accept that. I think you're right. I think you just have to know what you're getting into, which company you're getting into with. And for me, it's worth the wait. If I want a statue, I'm willing to wait for it. Do I want it yesterday? Yeah. That Man Bat, I want already. I don't want to wait another year for Man Bat, but I'm going to, just like all of you are going to wait for Man Bat. And if Man Bat takes 2 years instead of 1 year, guess what? We're going to wait for Man Bat. Will Sideshow give us our deposit back? It's possible. We could ask them, please, pretty please, but if they say no, I'm like, I don't care. I still want the Man Bat, so I'm going to wait. Maybe they'll email us and say, hey, we're not able to get the electronic parts for the light up because, there's a war going on in Russia or somewhere and we can't get the parts and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll wait. I want a Man Bat. I've waited this long for a Man Bat. You don't think I'm willing to wait another year or two for a Man Bat? Yep, I sure am. I'm going to wait. Bullseye says Lobo. See, but Iron Man's got all the weapons. Come on. Just so you know, Todd at Spec will absolutely work with you even on your NRDs. Most companies say you're blank out of luck, but he will work with you on a payment or even apply a percentage of NRD. And again, John, that goes back to knowing who you're buying from. If you're buying direct, if you're buying from Todd, if you're buying from Collector Zone, if you're buying from Comic Concepts, if you're buying from whoever, know who you're buying from. Know what their policies are. Hit them up. Let them ask them, what are your policies about this? and see if they're willing to work with you. I have canceled several statues in the last couple of years, lost big on NRD, but it's part of the hobby. I have too. I've lost hundreds and probably thousands of dollars on NRDs that I didn't get back because I changed my mind. And again, part of that was, hey, this is taking too long. I've changed my mind on it. I don't even want that statue anymore because something else new and shiny came out. So I would rather lose the deposit than lose the entire amount. So does it suck? Yep. But as he says, it's just a part of the hobby. It is. I expect every NRD order I paid, the wait time between 2 and 3 years. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, it's generally, if you get it in a year, you're lucky. If you get it by 3, yep, that's great. You know what I mean? It sucks, but that's just, again, that's the hobby. I'd love to know what you think of the Prime 1 Studios Nightmare Superman Henry Cavill 1/3. Superman, that's if you've seen it, of course. Love your content. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you very much. Sorry, guys, about my throat. I have seen that piece. I think it's good. I think that they continue to upgrade their likenesses. I think that they've done really well. I think that they went to Blitzway with that for a long time, and now they're kind of creeping into doing their own thing. But Nightmare Batman is not necessarily my thing. With the black suit, I think it looks great, but it's just not one that I would want. But I think he looks great. Yo, Chris, what's up, buddy? Thank you very much, Akira 10. You ain't a real collector till you lose some inner. I mean, that's the thing is like I think if you've been in this hobby, this comment right here, does it suck? Yep. But it's just part of the game, it's part of the deal. And you just have to accept that or see ya. Go collect something else, But it sucks, but it's part of the thing. It's part of the thing. I think maybe the issue for what maybe it takes to get the statues in can be your taste or other possibilities. Pre-orders may pop up. It's one of those issues we face as collectors. And again, opinions change. Like, I'm really excited about this Man Bat today, but then the next company 2 years down the road does this Man Bat versus Batman statue. I'm like, ooh, I like that one even more. Crap. Now I've got this Sideshow one on pre-order. What do I do? Can I get my deposit back? It's that sort of thing. But the time sometimes makes our excitement diminish. And so then we're like, oh, I want to try to get out of this. Which, it sucks. It sucks for the companies, obviously, because if you cancel, they might be out of their pre-order or out of their job. But again, they're counting on that deposit. And I think a lot of times they use that deposit money to help fund the current project, Lobo can beat Superman, so it's hands down Lobo. A lot of votes for Lobo. Spec has offers open that pretty cool on them, but stuff in stock only. Okay. Iron Man can't even handle his liquor. It's all about the main man. Chris, is J&D Michelle Pfeiffer true 1/3 scale? Yes, but not like Prime 1 1/3 scale. J&D, like Blitzway, is a little bit oversized in my opinion. The J&D all match the other J&Ds, if that makes sense. It is 3rd scale, but the Blitzway pieces are a little bit oversized. Would you ever consider buying LBS Joker and Harley? Yes, I am currently deciding that right now. I think if I was going to get it, I would probably get the black suit version. I'm just debating if I need it. I've got a lot of really great Jokers. Do I need it? Since you have both J&D Catwomans in hand, do you feel like they are equal, or is there one a step above the other? Actually, I talked about that in my comparison video just watching. I've sold the Blitzway. The Blitzway's gone. I miss her, but also I'm really happy to have the J&D. I like the idea that they're going to match the other bases and be similar. So, yeah. But they're both fantastic. I think the Blitzway is probably the better for the price. Jim Mint is a huge collection of statues of Batman and more Marvel and DC comic characters. He used to. He's gotten rid of most of them. He just moved recently to a smaller house, and so he's got a smaller footprint of what he's able to do. But his set looks great. He's doing great. And so he's had a lot of great statues over the years, and has some amazing reviews on there. But yeah, a lot of great comics as well. Man Bat is the latest in Sideshow's Dark Batman villain line. They still haven't named their line. I think that's a great dark Batman villain line. I think that's what we should call it. Do you have any expectations for the next villain in the line to get depicted? I would love to see Killer Croc. Love to see Clayface. I would love to see Ra's al Ghul, and I would love to see Mad Hatter and Two-Face. Those are the ones that I would probably like to see the most for them to tackle next. I got a Gambit statue delivered this morning. I ordered 2 years ago. Was not expecting it. Like Christmas was a surprise to me. And that's the thing, is it is a surprise sometimes because, again, the wait is long. Frederick, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Maybe that might go toward a purchase of that Joker LBS. We'll see. But thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. Finally, I got a Tweeterhead Superpowers Harley Quinn 1/6 EX on a great deal. Then others selling it at $800 and pre-ordered Ghost Rider 1/4. Oh, that's great. Over $1,199 from Sideshow. So congratulations on some great purchases. You're going to love that Superpowers Harley. She was really great. Had a chance to have her for a while and review her, and just a really great piece. So congratulations on your pieces, and thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much. All those super chats, they roll right back in the channel, guys, and thank you very, very much. Super chats are great. YouTube takes a cut of that. You can also do the buy my coffee link if anybody ever wants to support the channel. I think it takes less than YouTube does. But anyway, thank you guys very, very much for the PayPal. Not the PayPal. I'm thinking of PayPal. PayPal does it too. PayPal takes zero. Like if somebody sends a super chat thing through PayPal, there's zero money taken away. But the super chats, thank you very, very much for your support, guys. Hey, Chris, everyone, just dropping a like. Thank you very much. I pre-ordered the Joker Harley too. I feel like Batman and Joker Harley combo is going to display beautifully. I agree. Did you get the purple or the black? Yes, he does. He's a great channel too. To me, NRD is a distinctive disincentive to cancel an order. Therefore, a refund of the NRD should be a disincentive for companies not to have extreme delays, all within reason. I mean, again, they all want to get the stuff out. They don't want to sit on it. The factories don't want to sit on it. Happy Saturday from the Virgin Prime. Happy to you. Did I say Saturday? Man, I wish it was Saturday. Oh, I wish we had another day. National Batman Day is on Saturday, September 20th. That's coming up. That's awesome. And purple. Nice. Can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it in hand of everybody. That's awesome. Okay, my voice is gone, guys. I've gone an hour. It's usually what I try to shoot for. Again, please join me tomorrow night with Dan and Billy. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's when we're going to start. Hopefully all of ours arrives on time as they're supposed to. And again, can't wait to unbox those with you guys tomorrow night. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great work week. We'll see you this week for the live unboxing. 4K review coming up also. And just thank you, guys. I hope you're all doing great. Continue to take care of yourself and your mental health, and do something positive for yourself this week, and do positive something for one person in your life this week. Or maybe somebody in your community or your workplace. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let's continue to put goodness and love in the world. I'll see you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody.